Ah, scheiße, guys. I have no working sound. Ach, come on, really now? How's the music for you? And other sounds? You guys have no music? No. I love that. I have like completely weird sounding stuff in my ears. And also, no, Trackmania sounds completely wrong. The music sounds normal to you? Also is there any sound that sounds weird to you guys? Oh, there we go. All good for you, that's so strange, guys. Gonna have to try something. Wait. I hate this. I hate this. I will not be able to play like this for long. This is like really hard. But, yeah. The problem is always there's no time to fix it. Like the normal fix would be restarting PC. But let's make sure that I get Div1. If I have a saved Div1 time and I have some time still left, then I would restart. Then I restart. Of course I missed invaluable time for a possible win today. Which obviously sucks. Who built that map? Key, okay. I tell you, there is something that is also strange. I don't know if that has to do with any of these issues now. But my monitor, the new one that I have, yeah, whenever I boot up my PC or restart my PC, this new monitor is just not going on. The picture always remains black. I always have to manually make it on. That is so confusing to me. I mean, it shouldn't be like that, right? I doubt that it's that easy. I also have an external source that I also just opened and it also sounds weird. 9, how stupid. I can barely realize what song is played in the background. Sometimes there's also a lag. This could have been better. Okay, finally a bigger improvement. But also not safe. I have to get rid of these cars. Is this safe? Could I restart now? Scheiße. Ah! But the other thing is, like, I really want to learn this track. If I don't play the other 5 minutes, I will miss valuable information and valuable, like, feeling gainage. For these corners. I feel like I am safe, I'm not really dropping that much, but one more improvement would make it safe, yeah. Ah, rip. I have a different job, I just came home from work. Okay, shortly I will go for like another baby fix. I'll have to try at least. Oh wait, I don't even see where this program is. That alone doesn't help. It's crazy for me. Like, so for you, every sound is normal? That's so crazy. I can check the plug again. Okay. I mean, ideally I don't need to restart the PC. Because that always means, like, after booting up the PC, I have to wait always a little bit before I start OBS, and I have to wait a little bit before I start the Trackmania. I cannot just immediately start them, because that can also lead to issues. I noticed those issues other times already. It's of course also a tapping map, to be honest, in some parts. I can barely recognize which songs are playing, but it's under a big different sound that is mega loud and annoying. Equal? 3000. But we have to watch the record, even though there's a high chance you don't really recognize something in that record, because it might just be a bit more tap, 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 and then it's just faster. I mean, this map, it has quite some speed, but it's not like that extreme. This looks like so stupid. These movements from the car. whatever he does there. Oh, scheiße. Ah, now I'm stuck in this camera. Okay. I mute shortly. Hello Estonian, how was seeding? I mean, I am Div1, but for me the seeding was shit because I have no sound. Like me personally, also I do have sound, but it's completely distorted. It is like impossible. Yeah, you guys have sound, and apparently I also got told from the chat that it sounds normal. But for me it is completely different. Like I had it the other way around earlier, I remember when it was for the chat completely distorted and I didn't notice, but now it's for me like, I really wonder if I should just play without headphones. Because it's very hard to to go through this constant noise that I have. I can only barely recognize the song, and I mean the desert car sound I kinda don't really need it, but I'm not sure, maybe there are things of this desert car sound that I actually do need. Why am I third? Why am I second? Do I PB? Because this was just a random run. I PB'd. Yeah, the gears are of course not as important on the desert car. It's of course amazing that I have these issues today when there is a desert car map. Naja, with things like this I always hope that it fixes itself once I restart. But it's like always the issue with restarting while I have cups and while I'm streaming especially. I mean, I was thinking about it, no? To immediately when I started my stream I was thinking about it because I noticed already that there is some issue if I end again. But it would have directly meant that I miss parts of the seeding. And how bad would it be if I don't make the one? Yeah. Just watch your own stream for better sound. That's actually... But the thing is, to hear that sound, I would need to have my headphones on, but my headphones are giving a constant noise. And okay, I could hear my stream on the iPad or so, and then not using headphones. That would be... But then you guys would hear that. You would hear the iPad sound. and you have a double. That's super shit as well. I guess I have to go through this. If I end up winning this cup of the day under these circumstances, then okay. But yeah. Also after the cuppa and before the bong cup, I will definitely restart. Also this is a map where also Granati would have much more issues to deny Rinte, to be honest. Also I don't think that Rinte would do a perfect kappa against Granati, but I mean about winning, I also don't really see Rinte necessarily getting knocked out on this, to be honest. Because the turns are very standard and nothing is completely on the limit here. I think that Rinte can... Also will not get a stupid DNF like on other old-car maps. I think that he will win it. He is the big favorite to also stay consistent enough. And I think the perfect is really doable for him. This is like the perfect map for him, kind of. I mean, okay, if it was even slower, an even slower map, it would be maybe even more perfect. But nah, I think that this is fine. Slower maps could also suit other players more. Then he has more opponents in that regard. I cannot remember my no elimination round. What the heck did I do in that round that I drove .55? The thing is, a 55 is actually pretty consistent in the top 3. Also, if I drive that time all the time, I can get far. And then it just needs Rinte to actually do a mistake, which I don't really see on this map, but if he does, suddenly it's possible then. But I was so unfocused in that no elimination round. I didn't focus at all on my driving. I only saw, I have a good position on my car, and it stayed there. It just didn't change. So the start was apparently good, but I have no idea what I did. Like I'm 7/10 slower now, and the perfect is over. Rinte, however, is not knocked out. He is somewhere. He must have made a mistake. But yeah, I mean, for being knocked out, you had +6 seconds. That's actually surprising so far. At the moment I'm very consistent, so around position 20. Oh, wow, 0.1. Is of course... Spam is out, oh yeah. He's also 6 seconds. Is that a very specific mistake that costs exactly that amount of time? Okay, I need to get the sub now. Gonna have to get the sub. Okay, let's first get those trophies. No, he's not. He lost also one round where I recognized it, maybe more, but he definitely lost one. But what am I doing wrong now that I'm only driving 40.2? I mean, I'm of course also a bit afraid, as always with this car, that one steering movement is suddenly making it two-wheel too much and then you drift away. I'm always a bit afraid that this happens. So I don't want to do it too extreme, because my driving style in desert, when I hunt maps, you know, is that I only see how for me, I can only be fast with this car when I two-wheel very extreme, also very on the limit. A big two-wheeler and then I go into the tapping, you know. But I always feel like I can only be fast if I go very extreme, and that is why it's so difficult for me to drive like then consistent, because I know like if I want to avoid sliding out, I cannot go that extreme. Then it's the question like how do you still go fast if you... Also the feeling for this car, like when it is suddenly too much, that is like... That was actually becoming close in the end as well. And that was a 0.02 actually. Also my typical 40.2 would have been out now in this round. Also good that I was faster. And I didn't even notice that I drove faster. That's so, that's so strange with this car. Okay, I had a good start again. That's helpful. I somehow dropped to 12 with a 0.8. Also I think in the beginning we had a round where 0.8 was basically third place. Well, not far off at least. Top 8 goal, also usually, also when I see old car and Granati isn't here, then the goal is winning. But with my sound issue right now, and desert is very difficult. It depends very much on the map. Oh, iPrime was second in the round before. Super Kaloof, wow. No, rip. Nach a ninth, I cannot believe it. Obviously, I hate these top 7 rounds. Yeah, but with a 0.8, you know. It was a decent start. The thing is, before the long left turn in the end, I checked at the bottom what my lead is, and I saw it was like 0 point something. Also, or 0.0 something. Also, it seemed to be close. And then I looked at the... Oh wow. 3 people failed this corner in this round. Typical. And I thought it was close, and this last turn is actually also a bit dangerous because you can do some tapping. But it felt always a bit risky, like this very last turn of this long left. And I realized that I didn't get it really good, like I didn't really have ground contact with all 4 wheels. And then I thought, okay, also if someone got that really good, then I might get overtaken. Still a bit surprising that the 0.8 was actually then going out. Especially when you look at the round afterwards. I realized that this right turn here is an issue for many players. Like often the rounds became easier there. Oh my god. Yeah, Ron89 with a sub. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your sub. Ach Mensch. So close. Like if Rinte fails now, no, I will be super sad. But you see what happens to Brick? Like, that you suddenly over tilt the car and then you slide away. I am always afraid with this car because also for me, like when I want to go fast, like you will see later when I hunt this map a bit, when I try to go fast, I want to go always very extreme on the 2 tires. But I cannot drive like this in a knockout, like I will have these slide outs at some point necessarily. What the heck is your team doing? I will have those slide outs eventually. And Brick seems to be also not very consistent because since I spectate him he had like 3 or 4 drifts already. But he doesn't get knocked out with it. Like literally, after this top 9 round, every round was pretty easy. What hurts, however, already is the fact that I dropped to 9th. Like that it wasn't just 8th, no, I had to of course drop to 9th. Ay. The worst scenario possible. So, schwuppdiwupp ist out. Yeah, there's a certain rhythm or feeling. Like I actually never, even though I played this car since 2004, I have like 20 years, over 20 years on this car. I never really fully understood that rhythm, and it just doesn't feel natural. I just don't want to do it actually. Like I just don't like to do that. I don't want to do this weird tapping. Like it looks so unrealistic as well. Like it's like literally a very weird technique that I just don't enjoy. I mean, it's of course a weird take when you argue with realism with Trackmania, but somewhat. I mean, yeah, every car has different physics, and yeah, it does not necessarily make sense that drifting is better in Stadium and in Canyon and so on. Why would that ever be faster? But and certain other, also bug slides and so on, of course not realistic. But I mean, the general feeling of many of the Trackmania cars, it still feels actually like a bit realistic. Like the overall feeling, it feels okay. But things like this, and the Lagoon car, I said, this is also so unrealistic. How do you have to steer that car? Rinte is just gaining at the exit. I'm gaining again. I mean, he went for a different line where it makes sense. Oh my god. Yeah, he was very close to a perfect. Ah, look how he went there. He actually had long time all four wheels on the ground. That's a good time as well, 0.11. Maybe even world record, I don't know. No, he has a 38 already. Okay. Yeah, also, luckily Rinte didn't fail. It would have been maximum second place. There was not more possible. Yeah, also I also like here Knockout to do a bit of smooth steering so that I don't over tilt, but like you will lose too much time on the level of a top 9 round. Also I already had here to do some tapping here and there and some extremer steering. But yeah, guys, I will be back live in like 5 to 10 minutes then for Bonk Cup. But I have to fix these audio issues. I have to.